Greetings gamers, I'm LotusCrane. Welcome to part 10 of our playthrough of Malak Solid 5. This is, I think, my third or fourth attempt to record this episode because I keep running into technical issues, which I'll explain as we go along. And I look like crap because I've taken a shower in forever.
Your mission is to rescue a prisoner being held at Malak Palace. He's known as Malak, angel to his fellow Mujahideen. Start by checking the target's VI on your iDroid. The Soviets captured him and took him to the ruins of the palace. His family was subsequently killed in an airstrike on his village. The Soviet scorched earth operation wiped it off the map. The client is none other than his father. Or rather, this was his father's dying wish. If you can manage to rescue other prisoners as well, each one will add a bonus to our pay. When you see them, I'm sure your conscience will tell you what to do.
So, yes, even though Metal Gear is fiction, insofar as this is, like, historically set, that's somewhat accurate.
Be careful down there,
The US government, via the CIA, did give money, weapons, and training to the Mujahideen rebels fighting the Soviet Union because in the 1970s and 80s, America was preoccupied with stopping the spread of communism in the Soviet Union, not so much religious-based terrorism. Of course, after the Soviet Union was defeated, and America became the occupying meddling force in Afghanistan, the Mujahideen, members of them would go on to form the Taliban, which wasn't so great for us.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
But you know, as let's see, Orson Welles' actor, was it George Orwell was the author of, I think, 1984, was that right? With Big Brother and all that? And I think he mentions somewhere in there the concept that yesterday's enemy can become tomorrow's ally, and yesterday's ally can become tomorrow's enemy.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
So since I've been forced to do this a few times, you could say I have a bit of practice, and this should be pretty fast, I hope. Except for the third part.
Extraction, arrive, analysis.
Malak Palace. The target should be somewhere at that outpost. There. That's the target.
Complete. The map has been updated.
So the target's to be transported, and the other prisoners disposed of here. What do you think? Our mission is just to extract the one target, but well, there's still time before the target reaches the destination.
Let's see if I can actually pull this off. Not the one I'm trying to rescue, a different one.
Please select a lander support helicopter.
Roger.
Requested. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Prisoner has died.
Now, I could have gone and saved the non-critical prisoners,
On board. Leave the rest to us.
Enemy presence
but then
detected.
this guy would have made it all the way.
Badly wounded. We can rule out a full extraction. We'll just have to do it by chopper. Call
Yep.
the chopper from your iDroid, boss.
Way ahead of
Then
you.
carry the target to it.
But yeah, this guy would have made it to the other base, and instead of 5 minutes, this would have taken like more than half an hour. And I've got a schedule to keep. In real life too, not just in the game.
Have arrived at LZ. Will stand by.
Let's see, I actually...
Support helicopter has arrived. Prisoner has died.
Target extracted. Exfiltrate the hot zone, boss.
Mission info
Gaining
has been
altitude.
updated.
But yeah, I actually did this out of order. I accidentally did 11 and 12 first because 11 triggered on the way to a side op, and then 12 was supposedly a side op, which I thought would be fast, but it turned into like a full-blown story mission, actually a really long one.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
So I did 10 after 11 and 12.
Amazing. Mission complete. That right there is why you're the best, boss. The one and only.
But am I a laughing octopus or a decoy octopus?
Boss, that target you extracted, Malak, is saying that he's never heard of our client. What's more, he says his village was destroyed long before he was ever taken prisoner. Apparently it fell victim to some sort of disease, then was completely burned to the ground. Malak was out on a mission at the time, and that's the reason why he alone survived. But the question is, who hired us to find him? According to Malak, he saw strange soldiers snooping around the village when he got back. Turns out they were members of Cypher's strike force, XOF. My theory is they wanted to get their hands on Malak to question or silence him before the Soviets could get to him. Cypher was just using us to cover things up. All that crap about Malak's relative was a front to convince us to retrieve him. But an entire colony just wiped off the map. It sounds a lot like the Hamid during the Honeybee incident. All I know, boss, is there's no way in hell I'm handing Malak over to Cypher. I decided to bring him back to Mother Base instead. He's one of us now. We told the client through a cutout that the target was killed. For some reason, though, they still paid us everything we were owed. Cypher's obviously up to something, and this is probably just another preemptive cleanup operation to them. But to Malak, he lost his village, his family, everything, and he wants his revenge. In other words, he's one of us.
Oh, Malak is also an anesthesia specialist, so you need him to upgrade to better sleeping weapons. Let me see.
Please select a mission.
Wow, 2.5 hours. Wow, this is serious business. Well,
Unit dispatched.
I do have a bunch of them. Yeah, shields, that's annoying, I want to get rid of those.
Unit dispatched. Please select a mission.
Alright, horse is not going to help in this situation. And let's add some of our old friend from previous Metal Gear games when you have sniper battles. Let me pronounce this correctly. Pentazaman? Yeah, sounds close enough.
Deploying.
So I was on my way to Senrak power plant for a side op, and entering this area, someone started shooting at me, and then it cued the credits for an actual story episode. So we are missing a little bit of her shooting at us before we enter this area, but it's not a big deal. This is also not that hard of a sniper battle. I personally think this is like way
Boss,
easier.
you okay? Could it be that sniper? Quiet. Quiet. Our silent assassin. Where's the sniping point?
Marker placed.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The enemy sniper just disappeared. Zero visibility. If you can't mark him, you don't stand a chance. Stay sharp.
Marker placed.
There we go. Wow. It does help. I mean, there's only so much I can compensate with my, you know, own hand.
Marker placed. Marker placed. Sun will set shortly.
Boss, you need to go around outside the enemy's line of sight. Get into position undetected and attack from behind or the side.
Marker placed. Please select a drop point. Please select a drop point. Supplies requested. Marker removed. Supply drop complete.
Will you stand still or will you move? Sometimes she stays still long enough for this work. Yep, nice. Alright, which way are you running? But yeah, this is definitely easier than fighting the end in Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater.
Marker placed. Marker placed.
You know what, let's cheat.
Please select a drop point. Supplies requested. Supply drop complete. Marker removed. Marker placed.
Oh, is it gonna land? There we go.
Did you get her? With those abilities of hers? No doubt about it. She has to be one of the skulls. Now move in and finish your boss. She's working for Cypher.
Quiet is a valuable source of information, boss. There's no need to kill her. Think
Oh,
carefully.
my dog scared
This
the
is
bird
your
off.
decision.
But yeah, I mean, granted, with the end, a cheat you could have done was save the game during the battle, then change the clock on your PlayStation, and then when you return, he's died of old age. But aside from that, no, the end was probably the end is definitely the hardest sniper battle in the Metal Gear series. I think the Crying Wolf battle in Metal Gear Solid 4 was the second hardest. Followed by, I think, it wasn't really like a sniper versus sniper battle, but do you remember in Metal Gear Solid 2 when you were Raiden sniping, like, Vamp? When he had Otakon's sister hostage or something? Hope that's not a spoiler for you.
The female sniper. Quiet. Cypher's assassin.
Then the original sniper battle. Oop. The original battle against.
She's one of the skulls. Hurry up and kill her.
No. Killing her would be a waste. Bring her back here.
Boss.
Boss.
But yeah, I think the original sniper battle against Sniper Wolf in Metal Gear Solid 1 is the second easiest, and then yeah, I guess the battle against Quiet is the easiest of the sniper battles. At least in normal mode. I'm not sure. I think after you beat the game, you get to do it on extreme mode or something. I forget how that works. I mean, I'm not there yet. Is it just me, or Quiet's facial features remind me a little bit of Gilly?
Support helicopter.
You're not thinking of bringing her back here, are you? She works for Cypher. We don't even know the extent of her abilities. She is not setting foot on this base.
Good work, boss. Can't believe you took her down alive. Now bring her back here. Let's find out what she really is.
This is too dangerous. Kill her. Don't bring her to our home.
This is the boss's decision. I'll send the extraction chopper.
This is B-Quad.
Boss, you know I've always got your back. But if you bring her here, I'll just have her killed.
This is B-Quad. On station at LC.
Get on board with her. She needs to be watched.
Boss, no.
Gaining altitude.
What was I saying? Oh yeah. She reminds me a little bit of Gilly from Game of Thrones, if you know who I'm talking about. The actress and model, and also singer, who's like the face capture and voice actors for Quiet, is Stephanie Yosten.
Warning.
It's spelled, if you read it like phonetically from English standards, it looks like it's Stephanie Joosten, like J-O-O. But I watched a Dutch television interview, and they definitely pronounced it Joosten, so long O sound. And a J being a Y, like with some European languages. So yeah, Stephanie Joosten. Well, that's quite a sight. Which kind of raises the topic about you know, sexism or like the objectification of women in games. My thoughts are, the more niche a game is, the more you can get away with it, because like you're probably targeting a very specific audience. Like you've seen me play and review like dating sims or like Honey Pop, right? But if you're like a mainstream AAA game, like say like Battlefield or Gears of War,
Lying, huh? Shame. She's one of a kind.
Fine by me. We don't need her type. Boss, we need to talk. Get back to base. Everything else can wait.
But yeah, obviously if you're like a mainstream AAA game, you should maybe try harder to...
Good. You captured it alive.
not overly objectify or sexualize women. I mean, if you're a dating sim, like, that's kind of like the raison d'etre. Am I pronouncing that correct? Reason of existence in French, for that game. So, like, obviously, like, Honey Pop's not going to avoid that, and I guess for what it is, maybe it's not supposed to. Metal Gear is kind of, like, in the middle ground. I mean, based on, like, Hideo Kojima and, like, I mean, it's not just, like, objectification of women. He likes bathroom humor. Like, people are always, like, peeing or pooping themselves in these games. And, like, Snake is supposed to be, like, halfway between, like, Rambo and, like, James Bond, right? So, I mean, I guess you could say it's problematic. I mean, with regard to quite specifically her character design, her wearing so little clothing, there is an in-game, like, lore or story reason for that, which I won't spoil it right now, but you probably already have some hints, right? Because
one bogey on our 6, steady at 0.4 miles. It's tailing us.
Don't lead it back to Mother Base.
Roger, we'll shake it off.
So if you're wondering, yeah, Quiet is that assassin tried to kill us in episode 0, the hospital.
Incoming! Another one!
Not the same though.
It's an LGM! Hold on!
Laser guided. Flares will shake off a heat-seeking missile, but not a laser-guided missile. Look who decided to help. But yeah, so she tried to kill us back in episode 0. She was set on fire, fell out a window, and she displays all sorts of super abilities similar to the Skull Parasite unit. So even though she's not as horribly disfigured, thankfully, pixelation, look at that. The barrel of that gun was not rendered properly. There were some obvious pixels in our face. But yeah, the side effect of the treatment that kept her alive and gave her superpowers, I'll just give it to you. She breathes through her skin. Of course, even for someone who breathes through their skin, it's not practical to wander the battlefield completely naked, so she does the bare minimum. I mean, even with superpowers like regeneration, she probably doesn't want all the rocks and branches and whatnot to poke her in all the wrong places, so... Once again, that's Stephanie Yosten. Not Houston, Yosten. I mean, that being said, maybe Hideo Kojima should have gone with different concepts. Because you think in the later games he would give more clothing to the female characters, not less, but... Well, Hideo Kojima is forever young.
No way she's setting foot on this base. Boss, she's with Cypher.
I mentioned that I think she looks a little bit like Gilly from Game of Thrones, but Stephanie Yosten is not the actress who plays Gilly in Game of Thrones. They are two different people.
Thermals!
Oh, I definitely think that Ocelot
Clear.
and Miller, their voices are way too similar. I can barely tell them apart at times. Even though they're different voice actors. In fact, I think one of them is Troy Baker.
Seize her. Fire. Miller! She saved the boss. She was saving herself. Fire! Put her in the cell. Boss.
Keep an eye on her.
Right. Take her away.
They're all too afraid to.
What are you waiting for? Move!
Oh, it's kind of weird. I mean, we took away her rifle, but she still has her sidearm and her grenades.
Boss, you are going to regret this. That woman...
I know. She knows our location. Either way, one of these days we're gonna have to kill her. But now is not the time. When the time comes, I'll pull the trigger.
Kind of a difficult compromise, right? It doesn't really fully pacify Miller, who wants her dead. And also looks like he regrets the fact that Boss is actually thinking of wasting a valuable asset like that. Oh, so I did spoil why she wears so little clothing. I won't spoil why she doesn't speak. I accidentally spoiled a little bit for myself, reading ahead. Well, I read a little bit on quiet because I wanted to make sure I couldn't, like, accidentally kill her, or something like that. Wow, really? 24%? Oh, I'm getting further in this game than I thought. This might actually be done in less than 50 episodes.
Please select a mission. Please select a mission.
Okay, this is going to be the true test of whether or not I know what I'm doing. Yeah, even though this is going to restrict me to air below, I don't see myself possibly getting an S no matter what I do, so I'll take it. So yeah, the story, the deal of why I'm doing this like this, I stumbled across story mission 11 by accident on my way to a side op, because when you enter that ruins for the first time, quiet attacks, and Assad actually yelled at me for being a coward because I ran away because I wasn't ready to record that day. And then, this was originally listed as side op, so you start from further away. You have to like, go through this previous base just to get here. And then roll credits. And it turns like a 3-hour episode. And I was like, well, no, I really don't want any of these to become 3 hours long, because you're not gonna watch it all the way through. If it's 3 hours long, you won't even like open the video to skip around to the good parts. So I was like, no, I need to get this down pat.
This isn't what we agreed on.
The changes have already been finalized.
It's not operational yet. The remote piloting and AI control haven't reached the application stage.
Who said anything about an AI? That was Coldman's mistake 10 years ago.
Be that as it may, we'll need to modify postural control to accommodate a human pilot. I share your urgency, but we need more time to finish it.
Right. Planning on leaving us, Doctor?
Huh? What?
Not a very good liar.
I'm taking your legs back!
No poker face. Oh, there's more of Hideo Kojima's fascination.
So you're just gonna kill me?
Sahelanthropus is mine now. Listen, I may dwell in the dark, but I refuse to be judged by your standards, traitor. I hope your friends give you what's coming to you. Take him to the base. Yes, sir. Transporting Emmerich to the base camp and returning to base.
We're shutting down. All units, strike camp and clear out.
We still have use for him.
That has to be extremely uncomfortable, both to operate it, I mean you're hunched over, and to be carried that way. I mean the vibrations. I'm surprised he's not vomiting. You know, it's too bad we can't go in there and blow it up now. I guess that would break the flow of the story, though. As opposed to Gunbound. Does anyone remember Gunbound? It was kind of like Worms.
No doubt about it, boss. That man is your extraction target. Emmerich. The weapon system that disappeared into that cave, and the man who was with it.
Updated.
Emmerich must know something about what's going on. He was transferred to the Soviets' base camp. I've marked it on the map. Make your way to that base camp.
Don't turn around. There we go. Alright, apparently that's not far enough. There we go.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
That's an enemy gunship. A single burst from his machine gun can cut a man in half. Tread carefully, boss.
Well, yeah, I'm not sure what kind of animals I can expect out here, but
You gonna extract him?
alright, that's all the animal catching will be doing. What, no loot? Oh. I guess since I've been here too recently, it hasn't regenerated.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Oh man, what a nightmare it would have been if this cutscene had been in night vision mode. But yeah, so that was Huey Emmerich, Hal Emmerich, or Otacon's dad from Metal Gear's.
Nice find. Analyzing the intel file you picked up. We've got a fix on the target. I've updated your map info. Check it on your iDroid.
But yeah, Otacon from Metal Gear's 1, 2, and 4. Believe it or not, Hal is actually a man of much more courage and integrity than his father. But, well, I would spoil the story if I tell you more than that. Oh wait, it is great how the dog marks enemies for you. Oh, and I keep forgetting. It looks like you can wedge your way through, but no, you actually cannot. I wonder if there's any way to hijack that helicopter. Uh-oh. Well, that helicopter hasn't seemed to notice yet, so, that's good.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Uh-oh. Come Come on, hurry up and fall asleep. How many... There we go. I'm gonna need to call in another suppressor at this rate. At least I'm working up headshots for that challenge task. Not an achievement, a challenge task.
He's coming too. Roger that. You gotta extract him.
Oh, I can't get out this way. Lovely.
Coming too. Roger that. You gotta extract him.
Alright, let's set some waypoints.
Marker placed. Marker placed. Marker placed. Marker placed.
Okay.
Extraction.
Did you see that, boss?
Motivate.
That giant weapon system that disappeared into the cave? I've heard it was the Kremlin's biggest secret. But I think that doctor has been working on it. And the man with the skull for a face. It's been on my mind since you encountered the skulls during the honeybee mission. It's really him. Boss, he's the commander of Cypher Strike Force XOF. Probably the mastermind of the attack 9 years ago. I thought he and Zero parted ways. I'll look into it. You just focus on the mission.
They may or may not survive, whatever. I've got plenty of people at this point.
Extraction failed.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Uh-oh. Wow, that sandstorm shows the absolute worst time to clear up.
Как думаешь,
Сколько еще будет длиться эта война? Столько душманов мы не убили, они продолжают появляться. Думаю, помогают империалисты с ЦРУ. Но представь, сколько стоит хотя бы...
Guard post captured.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Please select a drop point. Supplies requested. Supply drop complete. Please select a mission. Extraction arrived at Mother Base. You have arrived at your destination.
You know, I can skip this one entirely.
Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
And again,
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
will you turn around in time? Apparently not. Oh, you're taking a drag on a cigarette, right? Bad habit. You're gonna regret it. Like right about now.
Extraction arrived at Mother
You gotta
Base.
extract him.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
Nah. Let's just skip this one. I don't expect them to be here later for, spoiler, a boss, sequence, but if they are, they might actually serve as distraction in my favor. Okay, I need to do this quickly enough that I don't run over even with the cutscenes.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base. Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
Okay, I have terrible aim of those things.
You're pretty good. You're pretty good. You're pretty good. You're pretty good.
You gotta extract him.
You're pretty good. You're pretty good.
There we go. That was...
You're pretty good.
that was more awkward than it was supposed to be. Yeah, I am terrible with
You're pretty good.
flashbangs. Or maybe the radius is just too low. Maybe... oh, by the way.
Subject on board.
Oh,
Leave the rest to
no.
us.
DD. Okay.
Great, because I accidentally hurt DD, my bond is lower.
Analysis complete.
You're pretty good. 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 You're pretty good.
Actually, where's that helicopter?
He's coming too. Roger that.
Please select a drop point. Supplies requested. Supply analysis complete.
now if that helicopter shows up... Yeah, I think this tower is like the last time that the sniper rifle is actually... Oh, I spoke too soon.
Analysis complete.
Oh, sit behind those rocks.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
You gotta extract him.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Alright, that makes sense. That's a sign in Russian. I don't know why there's still so many signs left in, well, I guess it's what the locals know. But I mean, how many locals do they really expect to see out here? Oh man, I'm coming this close. I really have to not screw up on this next part, which is asking a lot of me.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Analysis.
A bipedal weapon system. The same model as the one in the cave? Looks like they're about ready to start deploying it.
You know what? This is going to be faster anyway. They'll all be looking the wrong way once I'm done. Alright, where's that helicopter going to come down? Because that's going to be the tricky thing. How funny would it have been if it actually landed on me and killed me that way.
Analysis complete. Analysis complete.
What are you looking for here? I'm sorry that I dropped a flashbang too close to you, dog. Please forgive me.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Caution, sandstorm approaching. Marker placed.
Ooh, is that fuel? Please let that be fuel.
Destination weather will clear shortly.
Nope, you need to get inside before that happens. Nice.
You have arrived at your destination.
Who are you? Snake? It's not you, is it?
Hey! It's just a machine.
Are you? Dr. Emmerich.
Snake? Hey, what gives? Ah! Let me go! No! Give me back my legs!
Right on schedule. Now bring him back to Mother Base.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Okay, I'm sending a chopper close by. Get to the LZ with Emmerich.
Hang on a second.
Mission
Let's use the
info has
walker
been
gear I
updated. The
developed to
map has
escape.
been
There's a
updated.
special one here at the lab. Only I can activate it, and I'll tell you how to operate it.
Ignore Emmerich.
So that's Hal Emmerich's dad, Otacon's dad from Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, and 4. As we'll find out, Huey
I'll start it up. Get this off me!
probably doesn't have even half the courage and integrity of his son.
Here we go.
I would say his son gets his good traits from his mom, actually. But that's more spoilers, you'll find out later.
Pilot machines out.
Hey!
And if you wonder why we're mistreating him so much, it's because we suspect he's the traitor from Ground Zeroes 9 years ago. This is a goofy looking walker. And seriously, that posture, that has to be deeply uncomfortable.
I was developing a bipedal weapon for the Soviet Union. It hasn't been deployed yet. I was doing mobility testing. Once the walker gear is finished, they'll have a huge advantage in close
Support
combat.
helicopter
Once they add my
requested.
masterpiece into the equation, this war will be over. The Soviets will win.
He was developing bipedal weapons for the Soviets. If that's the case, what's Cypher's interest in it?
Well, I guess I'll just speed my way through.
9 years ago, we invited that nuclear inspection team to Mother Base. It was a ruse. They turned out to be Cypher's strike force. It was Emmerich who brought them there. He's been underground ever since, working with Cypher.
I had no idea. I thought the inspection was real. I swear it. If anyone's
Arriving shortly at LZ.
we should never have had that nuke. That's the reason Mother Base was destroyed.
Sucks to be you.
This is Pequot. Have arrived at LZ. We'll stand by.
Cypher threatened to kill me. Made me do
Support
research.
helicopter has arrived.
Weapons. 9 years. Forced to do whatever they say. I can't breathe. You came to save me. I'm dying in this thing.
It's funny, I'm using him as a meat shield, literally. What is this? Oh, it's red-headed Psycho Mantis sibling or something.
Sahelanthropus? How?
So that's the Metal Gear he built for the Soviets.
Impossible! It can't be active!
Doctor, you're as useless as I thought. This is the real Sahelanthropus. You and your friend will die here. Behold! Today is the day weapons learn to walk upright!
Said the Lone Ranger, who've been out in this town for too long.
chopper. Get in the slip somehow. Stay behind cover as you move.
Support helicopter has arrived.
It's no good. The chopper can't get close. Boss, lose the enemy before you arrive at the LZ. Boss, don't forget Emmerich. You need to bring him back with you. Stay alert. You're not out of the woods yet. Get behind something. You need to focus, boss. Get the target to the RV. Chopper's touching down. Don't waste any time getting on board. And don't forget Emmerich. Hide, quickly.
Nope. No hiding. We're just going for it. Uh-oh, that's not good. Okay. I guess I already shot it enough. Or it's just scripted to explode when it gets too close to me.
An upright bipedal weapon. In terms of hominids, it's a Sahelanthropus. How did they complete it without me?
We'll hear the rest back at base.
Yeah, we still don't trust you, Dr. Emmerich. By the way, is it my imagination? Or did they actually just decide to use the same voice actor for Huey Emmerich that they did for Hal Emmerich? I also kind of feel like I need to go back and play Peace Walker which I actually
Extraction arrived at
skipped.
Mother Base.
Mission complete. Great work.
Well, that's better than my previous attempts. And trigger warning for torture. Well, I mean, there's been torture in the previous Metal Gear games, right? I mean, I remember Ocelot electrocuting Snake, so... Solid Snake, that is.
Why do you suspect me? What did I do? I'm on your side. What about him? Miller was in contact with Cypher 9 years ago. He was working with them. He's the traitor, Snake! What's that? More truth serum?
No. Stronger truth
Oh,
serum.
please. Please keep me here. I need protection. Ah! Ah! Oh. 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 Why?
You're the odd one out.
Why me?
We all lost something.
What?
Except you.
Oh, he's referring to losing a leg, or an arm, or an eye.
Don't.
This seems like a really bad design flaw. Why would you build leg actuators that can bend the way that your leg cannot? Like, it's like you're just asking for an accident like this to happen. Well, not an accident in this case, torture, but still. So yeah, if you ever decide to build an exo suit in the future, don't let the limb actuators bend in ways that your body cannot, because you'll regret it.
The truth serum isn't working. Either some procedure he had done boosted his metabolic enzymes, or he's undergone special gene therapy.
What's he saying?
Same as 6 hours ago. I had no idea the nuclear inspection 9 years ago was a ruse. Cypher forced me to do that research after the attack.
Do you think he had a hand in it?
Oh,
I do.
I thought it was going to be
There's
the
no
cartoon.
proof yet. Take a listen to this later.
No one needs more Michael Bay movies.
We need proof before we can pass judgment.
Sonny
Keep an eye
Wa-
on him. And don't tell anyone he's here.
We'll have him continue his research in there. It's for his own good. The older guys will want his head. We can't guarantee his safety if we let him out.
Boss.
He mentioned something interesting. The reason why they pulled their plug on the operation in Afghanistan. He said their funding started going to Central Africa instead. Cypher is pursuing new research in Africa.
Africa. What research?
Emmerich doesn't know the details, but one thing he said does make sense. That Sahelanthropus alone isn't enough to cause an RMA. He claims that what they're doing in Africa is the missing piece. A weapon to surpass Metal Gear.
What's an RMA?
Meaning it's not just another nuke.
I'll have to look up what RMA means and provide a definition at the beginning of next video.
Good. You captured it alive.
Rancid whale? That doesn't sound very good. Alright, so this has been part 10 of our playthrough of Metal Gear Solid 5. Finally, unlike the... I want to say this is the 4th take, but I finally have an acceptable run, so before I mess it up, if you like this video, please remember to subscribe to my channel and share it with your friends. I'm LotusCrane, signing off.